Hey Plastic Model Builders, it is I, your host, Ari. Here it is, B-17G Flying Fortress by Revell, 1/48 scale. I finally finished, so I'm glad you can join me in watching this video. So first things to note, it is a Revell model, formerly monogrammed from way back when, same molds. My version had issues with the wheels, the pins were incorrect, whoever set them at the factory, so you have to drill those out. We're getting right to it, this is good stuff. This is what we call modeling and model making madness. When things don't fit, you gotta make it look pretty and you gotta find a way to do it. Got a seam line all along this edge right here. Kind of meets up, kind of doesn't, so you have to be careful with that. Getting in this bubble glass right here can be hard with everything else already in there. You just have to kind of tilt the plane upside down. The front glass, I always see complaints about that. To get this in, you have to stick your finger in this hole, lift that up and pop that in, or just kind of do what I did, force it in, take an X-Acto knife. Why? Because it's got a small blade, and by X-Acto knife, I mean hobby knife, because we all know X-Acto is just a brand. You just stick it in there, pop it up, and then you can put the rest of that window in, use it to pop out the sides, and the fit is pretty good. Ignore that glue there, it's just, you know. This right here, lo and behold, it kind of fell into the plane, had to take it out, had to pop off this plastic glass, wound up gluing it back in. Hopefully it never falls out again, is what it is. Antenna mast, quite fragile, don't hit it, it'll break off. We got this right here, moves up and down. This is supposed to turn, but it's still tight in there in my videos. If you see on the previous video, I said it was a tight fit and you really got to do some sanding before you stick it in there. I got sick of messing with it. So it is what it is. Along here, the lights, whatever's on top, don't exactly match up. That's because the molds are off just a little bit from half to half. These went in fairly nicely. I didn't bother covering the seams. I just figured they're meant to be removed in real life, so did that. Propellers, they kind of spin, kind of don't. You have to make sure they're on good. I gave my plane some oil stains, as you can see on the front right here. I cut out all the clear decals, or at least the parts that stayed clear, you know, from manufacturing. That way I wouldn't see those. I did these right here with tape and a paint pen. It came out really nice, the striping. Other people, they tend to just fill those in with real pin striping. Now, a fun thing that I did, maybe I don't know if you could say fun, is that I made these so they could be removed in case you needed to transport the plane. Other people don't do that. They want that fresh look, I guess you could say, to where they're not moving up and down or sag or anything like that. I don't feel it's that bad. If anyone comes over and looks at this plane, they're going to be like, hey, it looks good. These, careful with them. They do move back and forth. I wouldn't play with them too much because they might fall back in. Turn this around for you. Right here are these guns. I did have some panels that I created to make look fairly new. Let's see, one of those is right here. Another one right here. I did weather those at the same time because we don't know how many flights this plane actually did in reality. You know, it's probably quite a bit. We have a ball turret on the other side. Moves this way and that way. And all around 360 degrees. Just like that. You gotta be careful on one side. It doesn't always want to move. You know how models are. Here we go. Get that little guy in there and make sure it doesn't fall in. This right here moves just like that. Got to put that in well before anything. A lot of this you have to do on the planes here, these wheels. So getting these in was a bit of a trick. I did weather the exhausts, my first forego into that. gun there on the side. I drilled out these holes right here because they are solid, as well as the holes here and here. And these right here, same on each side. Drilled them out very carefully with a pin vise and also a regular cordless drill. You'll see me doing that in one of my previous videos, maybe episode 7, I want to say. I just stuck a drill in there, maybe even episode 5, 6, one of them. Just watch them all. You know how that goes. Watch all the videos. It's model making madness to make this plane look pretty. Anyway, that's what I did. Cordless drill, probably in and out a couple times, various sizes to make them look good. You just have to be careful. You don't want them too thick. And that's that. Well, let's see what else. Put a bunch of weathering on this side, dark oil stains coming from these, I should say exhaust, because if you look at pictures of planes from above, you'll see that their tails look really bad. All this exhaust just goes right over them. Good way to hide the seam down the middle here. Same way. Put all that on there. Had to make sure these little detail squares meet up. Like I said, the plane, went together decently. Directions were kind of weird. This front glass here had a little bit of trouble making it meet up properly, but I did it in the end. Mine is also a little foggy, my glass, maybe because I wound up doing things a little funny. It happens. We all do it. Anyway, this is the plane. I hope you like the review. It is a Revell model. You know how those can be. / monogram. It's a B-17G. You gotta love these planes. They're fun to work on. They take a while, and so much detail in there, you don't even see half of it. And that's the last thing. Almost forgot. Bay doors. You have to open these up if you want to see the bombs, because you're really not going to see them unless you look through this glass or that glass, or maybe in these side glasses. They're there, but you can't see it. So this is it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like. Our next model is the Junkers Stuka. Ju-whatever Stuka. Revell 148 scale. My next series are all Revell models. Then we're going to have some fun after that. Anyway, subscribe, comment, and like. And until next time, see ya.